Barbara Cook was Broadway's show-stopping ingenue during the 1950s when she starred in such hits as Oklahoma, Carousel, and The Music Man. Although she continued to appear on the musical stage throughout the next decade, it was her 1976 Carnegie Hall concert debut that marked her triumphant return as a solo singing star. Right now, it's my great pleasure to welcome her to Over Easy. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Barbara Cook.
I love a piano. I love a piano. I love to hear somebody play upon the piano. A grand piano. It simply carries me away. I know a fine way to treat a Steinway. I love to run my fingers all the keys, the ivories, and with a pedal I love to meddle. Not only music from Broadway, I'm so delighted if I'm invited to hear a long-haired genius play. So you can keep your fiddle and your bow. Give me a piano. Oh, oh, I love to stop right beside an upright or a high tone, baby. Grand. As a child, I went wild when the band played. How I ran to the man when his hand swayed. Clarinets were my pets and a slide trombone I thought was simply divine. But today when they play, I could hiss them. Every bar is a jar to my system. But there's one musical instrument that I call mine. I love a piano. I love a piano. I love to hear somebody play upon the piano. A grand piano. It simply carries me away. I know a fun way to treat a Steinway. I love to run my fingers all the keys, the ivories, and with a pedal I love to meddle. Not only music from Broadway, I'm so delighted if I'm invited to hear a long-haired genius play. So you can keep your fiddle and your bow. Give me a piano. Oh, 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 I love to stop right beside an upright or a dawn, baby. Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
How are
I
you?
didn't mean to interrupt your bow there, but I wanted to get
my.
every moment I could with you here. The sound of your voice brings back many happy memories of the theater for me.
Oh, thank you very much.
And like me, many of our viewers were kind of disappointed when you stopped doing musicals back a few years ago. Why did you stop at that particular time when you were so successful on Broadway and around the country?
Well, in retrospect, of course, it's a little easier to understand. At the time, you don't know where you're going, so you can't see things so clearly. I think theater was changing, for one thing, and heaven knows I was changing. I was not an ingenue anymore. And the shows that were offered to me were things that I didn't particularly want to do. And I think, too, I needed some time to get away from working so much. I needed distance. But I didn't know that at the time. I think that's true now. I think I would have felt guilty if I had just said, well, I'm not going to work for a while. But I think it was important and a very, very good period for me, though, even though I was not so active.
Barbara, what did that getting away and that distance accomplish for you?
Well, it seems odd, I think, at 40 to think about growing up, but I think that's part of what it was. I think it was part of the whole, I don't think 40 freaked me out exactly, but I think I needed to get my ducks in a row, as my father would put it.
Take stock of oneself.
Exactly.
Your son, Adam, was young at the time of your divorce, and I just wonder, was it hard to shift from married life to being a single mother?
Well, certainly Adam was fortunate in that his father was a man who wanted to be completely active and see him all the time, which of course he did. He's always been a tremendous figure in Adam's life, so I didn't in any way raise him alone by any means. It's frightening and it's difficult, but I think I could not possibly have the kind of confidence that I have in myself otherwise, unless you get to a point where you really have to try to be in control of your life and take responsibility for it. And having succeeded a bit at that, you never really know. You have more strength, I think.
Let us explore another one of your experiences and feelings. How did it feel to jump back into solo singing again?
Well, it was strange in that I hadn't realized what an audience I had, I think. I didn't, you know, when you do a show, people come to see the show and they also come to see you, but now when I sing, people are coming to hear me. And it's very rewarding in that sense.
The reviews have been just marvelous.
Yes.
I've read a lot of them. They're just marvelous. And you're on the concert stage now, pretty much, instead of the Broadway stage, the musical comedy stage. Is it as satisfying to your career?
It's different, of course. And I do want to do theater again. I'm beginning seriously to think about doing it again. But I love doing concerts, and I love doing cabaret.
Well, you should, because you have been received with acclaim. What about your crystal ball? What does the future hold for Barbara Cook?
Well, we have a new album coming out.
Right, good.
I'm very pleased about that. And we'll be doing concerts. I think we'll be doing a concert at Kennedy Center, the concert hall, in February. And we've been fortunate again in being asked to sing in Paris and London, so that's fun.
A little travel on the horizon for you.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I hope you will consider it fortunate, because we're going to ask you to sing again for us.
Okay.
Would you do that?
Terrific.
Thank you, Barbara Cook.
Won't you play the music so the cradle can rock to a lullaby and ragtime? Sleepy hands are creeping to the end of the clock. Play a lullaby and ragtime. You can tell the Sandman is on his way by the come.